So I think it was difficult for me to choose some songs, but easy at the same time,
Same.
because most of the artists that I listen to release songs like between June to like November. So the songs that I was listening to this year, well, earlier this year, were songs that were released last year in 2021.
Okay, yeah.
Like I was listening to like a lot of Doja Cat because she released her.
Yeah.
Was it an album or EP? It was an album.
It was a full length, yeah.
Full length album. Okay, then I was listening to the album that she released this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of other songs that I was listening to earlier this year that was released last year. So but the songs that I, enjoy the most this year actually came out like recently. No.
You mean like now, like
yes, like
now, like a few months ago.
Yeah, like in August.
I have one as well that literally came out this month.
This month?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have some as well that came out this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's well, the artists that I listen to, again, they usually release around this time because I know.
Yeah.
Before, like, hear me. Before, when Rihanna used to release music, she would release music around not so late, but she would release music around this time, because I remember I think Unapologetic was released around November or something like that. I'm not sure when Anti was released. I think Anti was released.
I don't remember.
I think in the middle of the year.
I normally remember by seasons, but I was in South Africa, except I don't remember what season it was. I just know that I was in South Africa at the time. I lived there at the time.
Yeah. I was going to say most of the songs that I chose were just like recently released, like in August, November, July.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, mine goes back to June.
Okay. Well, I mean...
June, between June and now, basically.
Yeah. Well, then I'm going to leave you go first then. Let's you open with...
I'm going first?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I usually go first. I was like, let's switch it up a little bit.
I was like,
Let
what?
me go first. What's your first favorite release of this year?
Okay, so my first song that I picked is it's called Loveholics Hangover. It's by a musician called BB, and it features another musician called Sam Kim.
Okay.
It was released on November 18th of this year, and it's off her album called Low Life Princess Noir. I'm assuming there's going to be another version of the album, considering that the noir was added to the title. And like, I would say that the genre is like pop, but definitely with like an R&B influence. I don't know. It's like an interesting mix. I don't really know how to qualify it, to be honest.
Okay. I like things like that because it's different.
Yeah. So it's a song about basically like two failed lovers, and they're essentially just asking each other like why it didn't work out.
Okay.
But it's like a back and forth. Them sharing each side.
Yeah. They're like questioning.
Yeah, exactly. And I just wanted to like read a part that BB herself said about the track when she was interviewed by Weavers magazine. And she said that basically the two protagonists in the song will never be able to understand each other because one of them has never been in love before. So doesn't know what it is. And the other one is so caught up with being in love that they think it's everything. Like it becomes their whole life. So the way her and Sam talk about it is similar but different. So it's basically just a conversation that's going around in circles. They just keep asking each other why, because that's like they can't find that common ground. And they just never come to a conclusion. It's literally just going in circles.
Wow.
But I think it's such a cool track. Like
I was about to say, the concept already sounds cool because I think so many people can relate to something that,
Yeah.
Because I mean, it happens a lot with, persons out there because like we see on social media, people going through stuff and what they talk about. And I'm like, this would relate to a lot of persons because it's so true.
Yeah. And why I picked it as one of my songs is that, first of all, the music direction is very interesting, but I've always felt that way about BB's music. Like when I first started listening to her stuff, I was like, this is very, very unique, and you never know what she's going to do next, which is something that I really like about her. And she's also got like a very cool voice. It's also not the first time I'm talking about BB on the podcast.
Yeah, because I know you mentioned her before. I heard her before.
I picked one of her songs for track of the week, 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm always like super excited to see what BB does next. But this track in particular is what intrigued me the most. Also because of the Sam Kim feature, because I'm a fan of his. He's got a very fucking beautiful voice, and he's like a really good songwriter. But anyway, it's got like a very like I don't know how to say it other than like tinkly and like twinkly piano sound, but it's also very there's so much space in the song itself.
Okay.
So it feels kind of floaty.
Right.
And they sing what's going on?
It's the way that you did it. You're like, hello.
Yeah.
You're like, what is going on with my throat?
No, really, it just decided by so it's the way that they sing the song as well, because they do it very softly while still fully displaying that they have like really beautiful voices. That's my first pick. What's your first pick?
My first pick is, I'm gonna go with Spice right off the bat because I'm saving the best.
A podcast regular.
A podcast regular. Spice released her album in August on the 26th, which is her birthday.
That's my mom's birthday.
Ooh.
No, my mom and Spice sharing a birthday.
Listen. Yeah, so she released the album on her birthday, and one of the songs on the album called Crop Top is one of my favorite songs. Why? Because it's just so different to what she usually does. It's still dancehall, but it's like, not that her music is not professionally produced. She worked with like some big producers on this song specifically, who has like a more international sound and a different air, you know, for music. Whereas she also has an international sound with her dancehall music, but it's more niched. You know, so I just like the fact that she was open to like trying new stuff and trying a new sound, but still staying within dancehall. And Crop Top is just a fun song.
It is. It's in my gym playlist.
Ooh, it's basically her talking about her wearing crop top shorts, dancing, feeling good. Like I said, guys, dancehall music and soca music is just about feeling good, dancing, just enjoying yourself. And there is no real like huge backstory to it. It's just about feeling confident, feeling sexy, and just having a good time, period.
Yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah. And it's from her album called Emancipated, by the way. I didn't mention that, but I think I mentioned it before in a few other podcasts. And she named it Emancipated because she is finally an independent artist from the label that she was tied to. And I say tied to because it was like she could have never gotten out the contract, but finally she did. So my first song that is my favorite for the year is Crop Top by Spice. What's your second song?
Let me open my phone back up. Oh, okay. My second song. I forgot the songs I picked. This is like going to be a surprise every time I unlock my phone.
She's
again.
like, oh.
Okay, so the second song I picked is actually a song that I've again mentioned for my song of the week a few episodes ago. So it's Sexy Nukim by Balming Tiger. It was released September 1st of this year. The genre is like hip hop with like a little bit pop, with like a little bit of something else in there. It's very it's a particular type of song, which is what Balming Tiger is known for anyway, for like really just blurring the lines between genres. It's a song that explores the concept of sexiness. So it tells the perspective of each member of Balming Tiger, and then adds RM, who is from BTS. He's featured in the track. I forgot to say that. That was my first failure. But anyway, so the track features RM, and he also gives his perspective on the concept of sexiness. So we see themes such as like external sexiness, which is like looks, internal confidence, which a lot of people find very sexy, and then attraction and stuff in general. So it's just it's a very fun song. It's got a very sultry vibe as well. So like the track itself is also quite sexy in terms of the sound. And yeah, I just think Balming Tiger is such a fun group because they really just do whatever the fuck they want.
Hello. She's like,
Yeah, they just do whatever the fuck they want. They just experiment with their sound so much. And I think that's really exciting because, again, like BB, I never really know what they're going to do next. As much as I only really got introduced to them this year, I've been like very intrigued by their career already. And yeah, this is just like a song that gets played at least once a week in this household. But not only me, but also my mom, because my mom also really likes the song, which is like, I wasn't expecting it because it's like a little strange, but she really, really likes it. And it just like feels good in your ears because
and I think
they have very deep voices in there, and like it hits the right spots in your brain.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I think artists or groups that just does whatever they want with their music or has that I don't know, creative freedom.
Yeah.
They can do that because their fan base allows them to do that. So I mean, if the fan base didn't like it, they wouldn't be listening and they wouldn't be producing that type of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love that. And I know they themselves enjoy it because I mean, which artist
they seem
does
to have
not
so much fun
enjoy
with what they do.
You know?
Yeah.
Creative freedom. So
they seem to have like a lot of fun with what they do because everything is really just, they do it because they want to do it and there's no other reason. You know what I mean? They performed it for the first time in October together at like a charity event. So that was also really fun to see. They just like get along nicely, which is cool.
Nice.
But yeah, that's my second track.
Nice. My songs are so recent. But anyway, my second track is No Chaser by Coco Jones.
Hello.
Coco released her EP on November 4th. It's called What I Didn't Tell You. And I think I mentioned it in our previous podcast because I chose it for...
yeah, you did. You mentioned her EP,
Yeah, I mentioned her EP, but I chose a song from her EP last week, I think it was.
It was...
Crazy for Me.
Yes, that was the one.
Yeah, but this week it's another song because I mean I love all the songs, but you know I have my specific ones that I favor the most. And this one is No Chaser. And yeah, she released the EP on November 4th, and No Chaser it's a sample from Pony. It has a little bit of that inside of it, the sample from Pony.
My goodness, not the genuine sample.
Listen, and I'm like, Coco, give it. And the song is basically talking about her being that girl, that top tier girl that everyone wants.
The bad bitch anthem.
If you want it, let's do it.
Okay.
No chasers. Taste it, no chasers. That's what she said. So it's basically talking about like tasting her, meaning like wanting to be with her.
Yeah.
And just be with her. There is no chasers. She's already that girl. She's already sweet. She's already everything you need. So you don't need anything after that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, sing the things, Coco.
We love a good bad bitch anthem, honestly.
Listen. Coco is just everything, and yeah, it's just a chill vibe. It's giving R&B, hip hop, but more R&B because you know Coco is that R&B girl.
Yeah. No, she is definitely.
Yeah. So that's my second song. What's your third song?
Okay, my third song. I actually know what it is because I remember putting it in this specific order. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So my third song is Cuff It by Beyonce.
Beyonce. I never would have thought you would have picked a song from Beyonce.
Listen,
I don't know why.
Renaissance just gave me a lot of life.
It's that it gave.
It really did. It gave very much. So, you know, the people already know it was released in July 29th, 2022. It's a critically acclaimed album. The song is, again, of Renaissance. It's a dance track, you know, dance disco house vibes. And it's just very upbeat. It's upbeat, good vibes things.
Yeah, it gives.
I've spoken about Renaissance before.
Yeah.
In the first episode of the season. So I don't really feel like repeating myself. But, but again, the album was conceived during the pandemic and it was meant to, you know, just bring people some joy. Like some release from everything that we all experienced during the pandemic and whatnot. Cuff It had its viral moment on social media with the little Cuff It challenge, little cute little dance that those two girls made in their bathroom. But yeah, so it's a song that just feels so good. Yeah, it just feels good. It's so happy and so upbeat. And it just, you know, you really do be wanting to go fuck up the night.
Yeah. No, it's a very cool song.
Do.
Yeah, it's a very cool song.
And it's yeah.
Alien Superstar is a real good song too.
Listen.
It's just different.
And energy and cozy and like we can get into all of them.
Yeah. They're really good. They're really good.
Yeah, no, I just picked Cuff It because it's just like it just makes your day so much brighter.
Yeah.
It's just one of those songs.
Okay, so my third song is, I mentioned this before, for my pick of the week, song of the week. It's Little Miss by Nicki Minaj featuring Skeng and The Fine Nine. So The Fine Nine is Spice. I have a list here because it's 9 people and I can't remember all. So it's Spice, Pampute, Lisa Mercedes, Dovey Magnum, London Hill, Lady LaShore, Destra Garcia, and Patrice Roberts. Patrice. Listen, what I love about this song is the fact that Nicki chose all Caribbean girls. But I love the fact that Nicki catered this song mainly to, the Caribbean girls, because it was like a song for the Caribbean people. You know what I mean? And I've always wanted a collab with Nicki and Spice. I mean, just them alone, but I'll take this for now.
It's a starting point. It's a stepping stone.
Yes, it's a stepping stone because Spice already visited Nicki's house. She did like a little sleepover. So I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But I love this because Spice is from Jamaica. Pampute is from Jamaica. Lisa Mercedes is from Jamaica, but I think she lives in London. Dovey Magnum, I think she was born in the US, but her family is from Jamaica. London, I think, is also from Jamaica, or she's either from the US, but her roots are Jamaican. Lady LaShore is actually Kittitian. So her people are from St. Kitts. That is so funny. Well, interesting because my grandmother on father's side, she was actually raised in St. Kitts. She's actually Indian.
Okay.
But she's actually, raised in St. Kitts. Yeah. Destra Garcia, she's from Trinidad and Tobago. And Patrice Roberts is from Trinidad and Tobago as well. That's where Nicki was born. So I just love the fact that she mixed all those Caribbean girls in there. And it's just a fun song. And it was released on October 6th, my birthday. I was like, yes, Nicki, you heard me.
Nicki said, happy birthday, Chardonnay.
Listen, period. That's what she said. And I just love this song, guys. I just love it because it's supporting Caribbean people. And that's like everything for me. Like, just continue doing the things, Nicki. Continue to rep our Caribbean people. I love it. I love it.
Keep up the good work.
And Nicki, please don't stay to Jamaica and Trinidad. Like, you can move out to Barbados a little bit. You can move out to like St. Martin a little bit. You can move out to like Virgin Islands, I mean, Virgin Islands has some talented people as well. Like, you can move out a little, Nicki, You could be like the person,
Seek the people out.
Seek the people out. Yeah, no, but that's my my third song. Yeah, what's your fourth song?
So my fourth and final track. Okay. I'm back on my bullshit, everybody. I'm back on my bullshit, everybody. By the time we decide we are never going to do this podcast again, at least one of you would have been converted. But anyway, so my fourth and final track is Run BTS by BTS.
I remember you mentioned this.
Yes, yeah. I've mentioned it before, and I will be mentioning it again for the third time. So it was released June 10th, 2022. It's off their anthology album called Proof. Again, if you don't know what an anthology album is, it's a collection of a whole career's work that's been very carefully curated. The genre is old school hip hop. It's very reminiscent of BTS's like first few albums. And basically it's a very edgy track as well because there's like some heavy guitar in there. The pace is it's not fast, but it's not slow.
She's like in the middle.
Like, somewhere in the middle, and it's just it also kind of depends on each verse because it's one of their more rap heavy songs, so it's very rap line dominated.
Okay.
But it reflects back on the group's career. their humble beginnings and every struggle that they've faced to get to where they are now. So I personally like it because of the lyrical content and because of the way each rapper in the group kind of tells a different bit of the story.
Yeah.
You know, starting from just highlighting the team in general to highlighting every step that they had to take to get to where they got to then, you know, thanking each other in the end because they realized that it's thanks to them and each other and their teamwork that they have gotten to where they have gotten to. But yeah, so the concept of running comes up in a lot of their songs. It's a recurrent motif in their music that just, you know, represents their career.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, the song ignites a fire in my soul. It feels so good. They also recently launched a dance challenge. So a lot of other groups in K-pop and outside of K-pop have been covering the dance, and that's been really fun to see.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, and they performed it for the first time at their Busan concert, which I've said this before as well, but the choreography is like super complex and very cool. And yeah, it's just, look, it's a vibe, it's a tune.
I think the concept as well is cool because they have experienced this journey of their careers together. It's cool that each of them have their own experience. You know what I mean? They experience it together, but each has their own unique experience within. So within the journey. So the fact that, like you said, like each of them were able to like deliver and talk about their own experiences, I think that's cool. And it's interesting for their fan base as well.
Yeah. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. BTS is a very lyrically gifted group. They really know how to tell a story with their music, and they work really hard to do these things. So it's dope to see them acknowledge their own hard work in this way. But it's one of those songs that you're going to have to grasp out of my cold, dead hands because I refuse to let it go. Truly, I refuse to let it go. And that concludes my TED Talk about Run BTS by BTS.
No, I think it's interesting. You mentioned it last time, but I don't remember if you mentioned certain things that you mentioned now.
No, I didn't.
Right, because the part where you said like each of them like are telling it in their own unique way, I think that's very interesting.
But yeah, it just serves as a very strong way to learn about BTS and their different vibes and their different sounds, and as well as their journey while you're at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's my fourth song. What's yours?
My fourth song, which is also my final song, is Fall in Love by Patrice Roberts and Timo. So now this is going to be very interesting because I'm going to put the audience on some game, but also you on some game because Timo is from a group called Our City.
Okay.
Our City is a group of two guys. They're actually brothers. So Timo, his name is Timothy actually, and Teron, and they are from the Virgin Islands. They're from the U.S. Virgin Islands to be exact. And they were known as Planet 6 before, but they go by Our City now, which is Rock City. And they are very big within the music industry.
Okay.
But not so much to the public, but within the industry, if you get me.
I see what you're saying.
They are very known for their songwriting and production skills. Now, let me give you some credits on who they wrote for, because you'll be like, hello? I wanted to highlight this because they are from the Caribbean. They are from, even though U.S. Virgin Islands is kind of American or whatever, it's still the Caribbean. And the song Locked Away, featuring Adam Levine, they wrote it. Yeah. Okay. They wrote for Miley Cyrus, We Can't Stop. They wrote for Rihanna, Man Down, my favorite song, Pour It Up.
Yeah, look, that's my brother's tune. Man Down is my brother's tune.
Okay. They wrote for the Pussycat Dolls. When I grew up, that's a hit. That's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit. Yeah. They wrote for Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Jennifer Hudson.
Okay.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Biebs.
Yeah. Sierra, Usher, Mary J. Blige.
Okay. So they're all up in everybody's
No,
stuff.
they're all up. Even Shensia.
Hello.
They're all up in everyone's stuff, and I'm
Good for them.
I'm just so happy as well to see like a fellow Caribbean, you know, doing this in the industry, doing big things. Like, so the fact that they like produce for these huge mainstream artists, and they also create like Caribbean soca music, I think that's just extremely talented. Like the fact that you can still write soca songs, you know, and then write American songs and go on the Billboard charting numbers. That's just talent. Like to switch, because it's a whole different mind game. It's a whole different rhythm, a whole different sound. It's a whole different feeling. Like they're really inspiring. That's what I want to say. They're really inspiring and good for them. Really good for them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Chardonnay done hype the songwriters up so much he forgot to hype up the actual song.
What was the song again? No, it was Fall in Love with Patrice Roberts and Timo. Yeah, but no, that song, when was that song released? It was released in September. I think it was the 18th of September this year. And it's a soca song, but a more Virgin Islands soca song.
Okay.
And Virgin Islands soca and Trinidad soca is very much different. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what's the term for it. Because we kind of call it like jam band music because it's very like upbeat.
Yeah.
And different, but it's like rhythm. Girl, I don't know how to explain it. Only my Caribbean people understand. Like, I don't know.
I know what you mean. Though.
I don't know. Yeah,
I know what you
like
mean.
if you listen to the song, you'll hear the difference because it really gives. And like when people listen to it, you'll say, okay, this was made by someone from the Virgin Islands because their sound is so unique. It's so different, you know. And I love that about them.
Yes. Okay, so we just went through our 4 songs that we feel like really we really enjoyed this year. And now we're just gonna move on as we normally do into our little small talk corner. For those of you who are unfamiliar, small talk corner is where me and Chardonnay ask each other a question that has to do with anything at all that we feel like asking each other, and then we pick. Well, sometimes we do it first. I mean, I don't know. What do we do first? We always say the songs first, right?
Yeah, we say the songs first and then the question.
So let me not lie on.
She's like, let me not lie. Girl, you're not lying. You just got it mixed up.
So let me not lie on the podcast. So we do ask each other a question. But first, before we ask each other a question, we pick 2 songs each that we feel like set the tone for our week. And so what is your first song?
My first song is The One by Steph London.
Okay.
I think I sent it to you. I'm not sure if you listened to it yet.
Bitch, I still haven't. Like, I don't know. I even forgot. I even forgot.
But I love that song because I'm noticing that Steph London is moving towards a lot of dancehall fusion music. And I love that because, you know, her background is Jamaican.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's incorporating a lot more Caribbean, you know, culture into her music, especially, you know, the Jamaican dancehall vibe. I just love that because the song, the one that she released, I think she released it a couple of days ago. I can't remember the exact date, but it was literally a couple of days ago. It's like, I don't know. It's more of like a dancehall fusion with like, not techno, but more of like, I don't know, like a pop vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's like a mix.
Like a mix, yeah. And I love music like that because it's so different. I'm like, wow. Because when I heard it, I'm like, okay, it's even a little Caribbean vibe. But then when she moved into like the pop kind of mix breakdown, I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. It's a little mixture, and I'm living. Yeah, no. So, it's definitely The One by Steph London. Guys, check that out. It's cool.
So my first song is called Bicycle. It's by RM of BTS.
Okay.
Guys, I don't think you understand. I've been waiting for this song to be available on Spotify because it wasn't an official release until today, basically. It's been out, I think, for a year. Over a year even.
Okay.
But it was a SoundCloud release. It wasn't an official release. It's a song that he released during the week of their anniversary, their group anniversary, which is something that they often do, actually. I don't really know how to explain it, but it ignites a very specific feeling in me that is very reminiscent of, not very reminiscent, it's very particular to when I was in the Netherlands, specifically living in Haarlem.
Okay.
First of all, it's like a slow beat type song. I'm not sure where it would be on the genre scale, somewhere between R&B and like indie, I think, to me at least. Really reminds me of a very specific feeling from when I lived in Haarlem, when I would go out with friends, get drunk, and then cycle back home. By myself at like 3 a.m.
Listen.
And like I would take my scarf off my neck because cycling makes you hot as fuck and this is like now specifically in the winter time. I'd have to take my scarf off and feel the wind in my face and in my hair and stuff, take my hood off and everything. And like the wind is so cold, it makes you sober up. But then at the same time, all I could think about was, I wish my family and friends were here. But I'm also having such a good time. And I'm so grateful to be here. Yeah, it's like such a specific feeling that the song gives me. And I really, really love it. And I really love the quality of RM's voice in the song because he actually sings more so than he raps.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that, but he does sing. People are very used to him just like rapping. But he's a singer as well, yo. That goes for every single member of the rap line, just so you know. But yeah, I love the song. It's deeply ingrained in my heart.
Nice. I don't know. I'm in between two. Oga by Yemi.
Oh, what a tune!
No, that is a tune. Oga is a tune by Yemi. Yeah. That is it's so fun to listen to. Even though I might not understand everything, it just sounds so good. Like almost anything that Yemi makes sounds good. Like, listen.
I think you've even picked the song before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite songs from Yemi. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
It's a really good song. Yeah.
Yemi.
What's your second song?
My second song is called Lonely Boy, and then in brackets, the tattoo on my ring finger. It's by a little K-pop group called Tomorrow by Together. But it's a unit song. So it's actually only two of the members on the song. It's Hyunin Kai and Yeonjun that sing on the song. It's dope. It's an R&B track. It's very cool. The EP that this song was on is like, you know, a young guy experiencing his first heartbreak, basically.
Okay.
Because their albums follow the trajectory of their growth, essentially. They all started when they were teenagers. Now they're all in their early 20s. So it's just like the trajectory of like things that people go through as they grow. And this EP of theirs that the song comes off of is that first heartbreak phase. It's such a good track. Like Yeonjun and Hyunin Kai, they both have very... I don't know how to explain it. Just very specific voices. Like you always know it's them when they sing. I like it. So I thought I'd give them a shout out.
Nice. So my question to you is, what was your thesis topic about?
Oh my goodness.
If you remember clearly.
I do.
Okay. Can you give me the title then?
Bitch, I don't remember the title.
Oh. Bitch, okay, then tell me what.
Hold on. I can find it though. I found my thesis. The title, which I like really didn't remember that this was my title, boy, is the Namibian music industry's battle with copyright law.
Okay, so I know you focused a lot on the copyright with how artists in Namibia gets paid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you would have to do your thesis again, would you choose the same topic or would you do a different topic seeing that we're already 2 years in from graduation.
Yeah.
And all that you have experienced and conversations you've had with other persons in the industry. Would you do this topic again, or would you do a different topic? And if you would do a different topic, why? And if you would stay on this topic, why?
Okay. So I don't know if I would choose the exact same topic, because it was actually a difficult one to research, believe it or not. It's just that Namibia is, it's a big country, but the population is small. So the entertainment industry is even smaller. So finding people that would be willing to take a moment out of their day to talk to me about stuff there, and who actually know what's going on there in terms of copyright in the music industry itself. I think I would stay within copyright, but just specify it more, and maybe not in Namibia specifically.
Okay.
Just because I think that it is actually an overall interesting topic. It's a lot of work, and it's very theoretical, and it's very like lawyer language a lot of the time. But so maybe I would shift the focus to Portugal, only because here I know I have access to countless resources. I have many people I could have spoken to. So yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future I'll write a whole other research thing just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. That would be fun.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would, because you gotta help people.
It would not be fun.
The process of it would not be fun, but I mean, the end result...
Do you know how many? Do you know? I know, but you know how many times I threatened to drop out just because of that thesis. It was really kicking my ass.
I was tired of this thesis. Listen,
what is your favorite thing about your career? So digital marketing. What is your favorite thing about digital marketing?
That's a very good question. I think there's so much things that I enjoy when doing digital marketing, specifically social media. But I think what is scary but also interesting at the same time is the data, because I'm like, they track everything.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because you get to see what other person's interests are, where they are, how old they are, how long they're on the internet, where, which platform they're on specifically. And then you can kind of like create content to cater to that. Yeah. And then when you put it out, you see how they respond. And then when they all flock to it, you're like, okay, well, this was accurate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it basically gave you the answers. So I think it's just looking at the data, or looking at what people want, what the audience wants, creating that content and putting it out there and getting those results. I think seeing the results for me, and seeing the numbers, grow. Yeah. I think that's the most interesting, fulfilling, fun thing about marketing. Yeah. Having people come to your page, see your stuff, take action. That's the most fulfilling thing. But everything else, hard work.
No, for real.
I said hard work. Yeah. No, for real. Like
you do be loving a good analytics, huh?
But I think a lot of times people get it confused. They think that digital marketing is so fun and social media is so fun and you barely get to do any work. Like, it's fun, yes, but you do a lot of work. You know what I mean? So don't get it twisted. It's not just about posting content. It's about analyzing data, planning, researching, a lot of theory, strategy. But the most fulfilling part is the results, because you did all the work to get the results. Yeah. That's the most interesting thing. Yeah.
Nice. All right, Young. So that's the end of that.
That's the end of
the episode. And also, next week is the season finale.
Yeah, season finale already.
Yeah, we're shutting it down for the holidays.
We're shutting it down.
And so that's today's episode. If you're watching on YouTube,
yes,
don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on post notifications if you're feeling spicy. If you are listening on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, don't forget to rate and follow the podcast. And also follow us on our social media at What's our fucking social media?
Don't touch my music pod. How you forget?
It was going so well. It was going so well.
How did you forget?
I don't know. I'm tired. Okay, so follow us on our social media accounts. We only have 2 of them, but it's Don't Touch My Music Pod on TikTok and Instagram. We share bloopers over there. So if you want to go for a little giggle, feel free. If you want to ask us questions, feel free. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Hey.
We see you guys next week.
See you next week for the conclusion
Yeah.
of the season.
Bye.
Bye.